Hello and welcome to my video. I'm going to be sharing a manifesto with you today. It was actually written by a friend of mine, Willem Van Spronsen. It has some very powerful words. I met Willem in Tacoma in 2018, and he was actually a retired nurse, and he would come and help the camp out during the ICE occupation camps. And yeah, that's how I met him. He was truly a kind and gentle soul, and I think his words deserve to be shared. Thank you for taking the time to listen.
There's wrong and there's right. It's time to take action against the forces of evil. Evil says one life is worth less than another. Evil says the flow of commerce is our purpose here. Evil says concentration camps for folks deemed lesser are necessary. The handmaid of evil says the concentration camps should be more humane. Beware the centrist. I have a father's broken heart. I have a broken down body. And I have an unshakable abhorrence for injustice. That is what brings me here. This is my clear opportunity to try to make a difference. I'd be an ingrate to be waiting for a more obvious invitation. I follow 3 teachers. Don Pritz, my spiritual guide. Love without action is just a word. John Brown, my moral guide. What is needed is action. Emma Goldman, my political guide. If I can't dance, I don't want to be in your revolution. I'm a head in the clouds dreamer. I believe in love and redemption. I believe we're going to win. I'm joyfully revolutionary. We all should have been reading Emma Goldman in school instead of the jingo drivel we were fed, but I digress. We should all be looking at the photos of the YPG heroes should we falter and think our dreams are impossible, but I double digress. Fight me. In these days of fascist hooligans preying on vulnerable people in our streets, in the name of the state are supported and defended by the state. In these days of highly profitable detention, concentration camps and a battle over the semantics. In these days of hopelessness, empty pursuit and empty yearning. We are living in visible fascism ascendant. I say visible, because those paying attention watched it survive and thrive under the protection of the state for decades. See Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States. Now it unabashedly follows its agenda with open and full cooperation from the government. From governments around the world. Fascism serves the needs of the state, serves the needs of business, and at your expense. Who benefits? Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Tim Cook, Bill Gates, Betsy DeVos, George Soros, Donald Trump, and need I go on? Let me say it again. Rich guys who think you're not really all that good really dig government everywhere, including communist governments, because they make the rules that make rich guys richer. Simple. Don't overthink it. Are you patriots in the back paying attention? When I was a boy, in post-war Holland, later France, my head was filled with stories of the rise of fascism in the 30s. I promised myself that I would not be one of those who stands by as neighbors are torn from their homes and imprisoned for somehow being perceived as lesser. You don't have to burn the motherfucker down, but are you going to just stand by? This is the test of our fundamental belief in real freedom and our responsibility to each other. This is a call to patriots, too, to stand against this travesty, against everything that you hold sacred. I know you. I know that in your hearts, you see the dishonor in these camps. It's time for you, too, to stand up to the money pulling the strings of every goddamn puppet pretending to represent us. I'm a man who loves you all and this spinning ball so much that I'm going to fulfill my childhood promise to myself to be noble. Here it is, in these corporate for-profit concentration camps. Here it is, in brown and non-conforming folks afraid to show their faces for fear of the police. Migra Proud Boys, the boss Beckies. Here it is, a planet almost used up by the market's greed. I'm a black and white thinker. Detention camps are an abomination. I'm not standing by. I really shouldn't have to say any more than this. I set aside my broken heart and I heal the only way I know how, by being useful. I efficiently compartmentalize my pain. And I joyfully go about this work. To those burdened with the wreckage from my actions, I hope that you will make the best use of that burden. To my comrades, I regret that I will miss the rest of the revolution. Thank you for the honor of having me in your midst. Giving me space to be useful, to feel that I was fulfilling my ideals, has been the spiritual pinnacle of my life. Doing what I can to help defend my precious and wondrous people is an experience too rich to describe. My trans comrades have transformed me, solidifying my conviction that we will be guided to a dreamed of future by those most marginalized among us today. I have dreamed it so clearly that I have no regret for not seeing how it turns out. Thank you for bringing me so far along. I am Antifa. I stand with comrades around the world who act from the love of life in every permutation. Comrades who understand that freedom means real freedom for all and a life worth living. Keep the faith. All power to the people. Bella Ciao. Don't let your silly government agencies spend money investigating this one. I was radicalized in civics class at 13 when we were taught about the Electoral College. It was at that point that I decided that the status quo might be a house of cards. Further reading confirmed in the positive. I highly recommend reading. I am not affiliated with any organization. I have disaffiliated from any organizations who disagree with my choice of tactics. The semi-automatic weapon I used was a cheap, home-built unregistered, Ghost, AR-15, it had 6 magazines. I strongly encourage comrades and incoming comrades to arm themselves. We are now responsible for defending people from the predatory state. Ignore the law and arming yourself if you have the luxury. I did.